Hello again, Joe here with Complete Immigration Guide, here to give you another tip coming from my 20 years experience working with Customs and Border Protection and Immigration Naturalization Service. Today we're going to talk a little bit about illicit narcotics or drugs. At the U.S. border, zero tolerance. In other words, certain type of narcotics you try to bring in, you're going to get busted. And our dogs are good. They pick up on the scent. Our people are good. They know what to look for, what countries it's coming from. They know how to read your body language, etc. So zero tolerance. For hardline drugs such as heroin, cocaine, and others, fentanyl nowadays is the big deal. You're going to be turned over to the local authorities. And if you have a visa, your visa is going to be canceled, and eventually after you do prison time, you're going to be sent home. If you're a U.S. citizen or a resident, U.S. citizen, you'll be turned over to the local authorities, and you could be prosecuted for it. Lawful permanent residents, if you get convicted of certain drugs, that's for sure you're going to go see the immigration judge and probably lose your green card. So zero tolerance. Don't even try to bring the drugs in. Now, people ask about marijuana. There are certain states here in the U.S., such as Colorado and others, that allow marijuana within the state. If you bring marijuana, any amount, including paraphernalia, marijuana paraphernalia, from overseas into the U.S., that is also zero tolerance. The least you will have, if it's just a little bit, you'll get what's called a zero tolerance penalty of $500. And if it's a large amount, you're going to jail. So don't bring any drugs overseas that are narcotics, that are illegal narcotics. Now, prescription drugs, have a prescription. If you're coming in with a large amount of prescription drugs, even with a prescription, they're going to take a look at, are you trying to bring in too many prescription drugs in order to sell them here in the U.S.? They will seize them. Don't even try that either. So just remember that you have to be very careful about that. Too many prescription drugs and they will be seized. Other CBP.gov, by the way, gives you the full list of all items that you can bring in and that are not allowed into the U.S. We might as well go ahead and talk about it as well. Cuba. Bring in stuff from Cuba, such as cigars and rum and Cuban cigarettes. You can't bring it in. It will be destroyed right there in front of you. And if you try to bring in too much, you could be prosecuted. You could be turned over to the local authorities as someone trying to smuggle in these types of prohibited items coming out of Cuba. And Miami International Airport, we get a lot of that. I've many times seen where the Cuban cigarettes broken up right there. They'll have you sign a paper and they'll send you on your way. They'll dump the rum down the drain, break up those cigars and throw them in the trash. So don't bring any prohibited items from Cuba. Go to cbp.gov and you will see a full list of all that. Let's talk a little bit about agriculture. What can you bring in? Pets must be declared, and you have to have proper veterinarian documents in order to bring them in. Fruits and vegetables, best not to bring them in, because if they're a prohibited item, they're just going to be seized. And you can be fined. They will ask you for a declaration, and if they catch you lying about bringing stuff in that you shouldn't be bringing in, such as cigarettes and some of these other things that we talked about, and fruits and vegetables, you can be fined. Plants and seeds, have to declare them. Certain plants and certain seeds are prohibited into the United States. Any biologicals, you have to have a permit in order to bring those in. So those are some of the tips that you can get that'll help you trying to come into the U.S. Don't try to get by on our officers. They know what they're doing. They know what to look for. If you are found with prohibited items and illegal items, you could face prosecution in a local jail. If you have a U.S. visa, it will be canceled and you'll be sent home. So it's best not to try to bring that stuff in, and declare the fruits and the vegetables, the plants and the seeds, etc. So those are some tips right there. Go if you for more information, go to my YouTube channel and also Facebook, and like and share those, please, if you don't mind. And we'll bring another episode of tips here in the future. Have a good day.